will fly. I will fly away, away, away.
Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Avengers Endgame is smashing the box office. So I'm going to determine in this video what is the best way to watch this movie. But it is based on the options that I have in London, England. So if you live outside London, then it's probably more options or less options or different options. But hopefully at least two of these things are available to you, so you can like choose one or two. Is there a point of this video? Like everyone's saying already, is there a point of it? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I feel like it. I just thought it was a cool idea. I just thought I'd make a video about watching it multiple times, because when I saw it the first time, like I booked it like twice, like the opening day and the day after, and the first time I watched it I loved it. The second time it was so emotional to me, even more emotional than the first time. Then I thought, I'm going to watch this more and more. Like, I'm going to watch this more and more. So I thought, you know what? Not only should I watch them, why don't I watch them all in different types of screenings and let you know which is the best way to watch it. So that's what I did. I watched Avengers Endgame in IMAX 3D in Britain's largest screen. In IMAX 3D again at the local cinema. So IMAX 3D, just watched it twice in there, but I'm at IMAX 3D. iSense, which is I think a London thing or a UK thing, I have no idea, but there's a thing called iSense. 4DX, View Extreme, regular 2D, Dolby, and Super Screen. Now what we are not doing is regular 3D because I'm not a fan of 3D. Like if I have the option between 2D and 3D, I'm going to pick 2D most of the time. Unless maybe it's animated or action movie maybe, like Incredibles maybe would be 3D, but most of the time I choose 2D because 3D for me, it used to be a great thing. But now it just feels normal. It doesn't feel special anymore. I just prefer 2D anyway. And anyway, in 4DX, you get 3D anyway. And in IMAX 3D, you get 3D anyway. So I don't need to watch in regular 3D, to be honest. I didn't feel I needed to. But watching regular 2D though. We're also not doing IMAX 2D. There's a reason for that. Basically, in the UK, for some reason, in most cinemas I think, maybe all cinemas, because I've never seen anything different. But you either get IMAX 2D, or IMAX 3D. It's never one or the other. I don't understand why, but if a movie comes out in 3D, the IMAX will be 3D. There's also a thing called D-Box. D-Box is where your chair vibrates in sync with the movie, but you get that in 4DX. You get it in 4DX anyway. So, is there a point of that? Probably not, so I didn't do that one either. Also, Screen X. Screen X is a thing, I don't know what it is, but Avengers Endgame was not available on Screen X. So that's the reason for that. So yeah, based on my 7 options, what was the best? Wait, first of all, is the difference between 2D and 3D worth it? Now, I'm not a fan of 3D. I'm a fan of it, but not a big fan. I feel like a lot of movies add it in for the sake of it nowadays. I just don't feel it's as special anymore. It works best with animated movies. There are live action movies that it works best with as well. Like Avatar was good in 3D, I'm sure. I think Spy Kids 3D, I think that one was a good... There are good live action 3D movies, but most of them don't need them, and I don't think the Marvel movies need 3D. It doesn't seem to me like they do, but that's just my opinion. So for me, the 3D upgrade is not worth it. If you have the option, watch it in 2D. You'll get the same experience anyway. It's all good. Is the 4DX worth it? I gotta say, Infinity War was amazing in 4DX. Endgame was good, just not like as fun as Infinity War. Like Infinity War's action-packed, obviously, like scene after scene, just so many fight scenes in there. Endgame was very slow for most of it, which is fine by me, but in 4D, a lot of the scenes, nothing happens because it's just talking. So the 4D effects aren't really that great until the last battle, really. So I'm not sure if 4D would be worth it. For me, it's alright, because for me it's £4. I have a membership at the cinema, and it allows me to watch like discounted prices for 4D and IMAX, and I get regular 2D free as well. So for me it's fine, but for you 4D is obviously more expensive. So I'm not sure it's worth the upgrade, but you know, if you want to try it, then I guess it's worth trying. So yeah, here's the thing with Super Screen, View Extreme, and iSense. All 3 of these are bigger screens and louder audio. Are they worth it? Not if you have IMAX. IMAX is much better than all three of them, like easily. View Extreme is good, iSense is good, Super Screen is good, but that's it, they're good. They're bigger screens, better sound as I said, but it's not IMAX. It's not as good as IMAX. Also, Super Screen was a bit glitchy as well for me because well, basically there's speakers everywhere and stuff, and sometimes it echoes a little bit in some scenes, and the audio's a bit off as well sometimes. It's not off, but I mean, like, there's a couple scenes where the music is louder than the dialogue, like a lot louder, and I was like, I do not remember it being this loud in previous viewings, so why is it so weird in the Super Screen? I don't know, maybe it's just a cinema, but Super Screen just felt weird to me. But still, I mean, they're good, but if you're gonna upgrade from regular 2D, then upgrade to IMAX, not to these things, in my opinion. What do we have left then? Yeah, Dolby. No, actually no, regular 2D. Regular 2D or regular 3D and IMAX. Is the difference worth it? If you've got the money to spend, yes, IMAX is definitely worth the upgrade for me. Anything that's superheroes or monsters, anything that's action-packed, 007, Mission Impossible, IMAX for me is always worth the upgrade, as long as it's like action-packed. So I think this is worth the upgrade of IMAX. But still, in regular 2D, it's still great. It's still great. You still get the movie, obviously the same movie. It's just not as good as IMAX or as epic as IMAX. But you're still going to get a good time in regular 2D. So if you want to save some money, watch it in 2D. And finally, Dolby. Dolby is the most expensive one. Double the price of IMAX, which is ridiculous for any movie of any type. It's literally ridiculous. The UK got its first Dolby screen in January, I think, or yeah, towards the end of last year, I think, or the start of this year. So pretty recent, and I decided, like, I gotta see something in this to like see what it's like. So I thought, yeah, Endgame for the experiment. Let's do Endgame in the Dolby. Now, is it the best one? Yes, it's better than IMAX. It's better than View Extreme, iSense, 4DX, 2D. I mean, 4DX is to be fair, that's subjective, depending on, like, it's 4D, obviously, it's different. But Dolby's the best. Like, visually, the movie looks a lot better. It's like the difference between Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray. Like, it was really, like, I don't know if it was upscaled or not, but it looks a lot better. Like, there's a spoiler. I'm not gonna say the spoiler, right? No spoilers, but there's a scene, 4 characters in one room, all I'm gonna say, and a couple of the characters looked in so much detail. I was like, whoa, I did not notice this much detail in the first few viewings, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, visually in general, it looked a lot better. Screen was massive as well, and the audio is crazy. The audio is somehow more epic than IMAX, which I didn't think was going to be the case, but it really was. Even the trailers, like even the trailers for Godzilla and Spider-Man in Dolby were ridiculously good to watch, and I was just like, wow, this is really nice. This is Dolby screens are good, but is it worth paying? It's at least like 25, 30, 35 pounds. Like, that's the price range usually. Is that worth it? Probably not. You'll get a great epic experience in IMAX anyway, and it's a lot cheaper than Dolby. I'm not sure it's worth paying that much more just to watch it in Dolby, but it's worth trying at least once. It's worth trying at least once. That's what I can say. But I'm not sure, like, unless you're rich, like either celebrity rich, or your dad's an accountant or whatever, then you can go regularly, whatever. If you've got the money to do it, then do it. But this is not something you visit regularly unless you're rich, in my opinion. Like, to spend that much on a movie, I don't know how you justify it, to be honest. But if you're rich, then you're rich. Go and watch it in Dolby. That's the best one, for sure. In terms of value, IMAX for me. In terms of value, definitely IMAX. But 4DX for more fun, I guess. Even though there's not as much 4D as Infinity War, there's still 4D effects in it. So if you like to have more fun in your seats, then 4D is a nice ride in any movie, really. So yeah, that's what to think about, really. The best is Dolby, but best value for money is probably either IMAX or regular 2D. So what was there a point of this video? Was there a point of it? No. but I wanted to do it. So I said that twice already. Stop repeating yourself, Davidoff. So yeah, there we go. There's my experiment. I watched it 8 times now. I'm not watching it for like the sake of it or anything. I love the movie that much that I thought, you know what's crazy? The first 7 times I watched it, that emotional scene, I'm not gonna say anything else, that emotional scene, it hit me hard every time. Every single time. The 8th time, it was not as bad. The 8th time I was like, managed to stay calm and collected. But the first 7 times, every single time it hit me really hard. And that is crazy. Like, you see it coming and it's just the way it's filmed, the acting is really good. So, yeah, this is a great movie and it could well break Avatar's records. I'm still not convinced yet, but we shall see where it is in a couple weeks' time. This was your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.